Hey, I'm Naidoo-Jooste. Welcome to the Divinely Guided Book Club. We are getting ready for the first official reading season. Woo! And I'm going to be sharing the theme for our very first quarter in 2026. So this theme will carry us from January to March 2026. And I'm going to be sharing the cards that were drawn to receive the theme for this season. I had done the card reading a few weeks ago, back when I got the initial download and idea for the book club. So the themes for each season in 2026 is pretty much sorted and chosen. So I'm just going to be sharing with you the cards that came up and talk you a bit through the messages that came through for me. So the cards that came up, and this is from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. The cards that came up were the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. And immediately here, the message that I got was guided by the universe. A very strong message of being guided, of being directly led to wherever it is you're going, whatever it is that you're being called to do or to learn at this time in your life. And you can see in the cards that this really is something that your soul chose for this time in your life. It says you've been training for this for lifetimes. You have been wanting to reach this point in your soul's evolution. Whatever it is that you're being guided to learn or being guided to do as a result of this book club, whatever book you decide to choose, there's something here for you that your soul really wanted you to learn and to grow through and to evolve. And of course, you're not on this journey alone. You're here with your soul family, a team of people who are here to support you. Whether you are working closely with someone, maybe you have found yourself a friend to do this book club together with, or it's just being supported by each other through this platform, cheering for each other, leaving comments for each other, and connecting in that way. You are not in this alone, and it is what your soul wanted. It's what every other soul that has been guided to support you wants for you as well. And the card Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. This is quite self-explanatory. It was meant to be. So, especially if you feel like life is just changing quite suddenly, or even if you're at a crossroads, like you've lived life in a certain way, and now life cannot continue to be the same for whatever reason. Maybe your mind has just changed about what you thought you wanted your life to look like, or maybe your physical world is changing without you even having to do that much. There's something that has brought you here, and there is something that is carrying you through this, and it is divinely guided. And you can decide what that guidance is. Maybe it is your higher self. Maybe it is your team of angels, ancestors, your spirit team, whatever it is that you feel guided by. It could just be the universe or God or the goddess. Whatever feels deeply resonating for you. And maybe it's something that you would like to reflect on. Maybe you haven't given yourself the time to think about, who am I being guided by? Often, whenever I wonder what it is or who it is that's guiding me, I just present the question, I put it out there. And sometimes I feel a very strong answer coming through in that moment, or sometimes I won't get it immediately, but there will be signs, there will be evidence that makes its way through in the form of a word that I see, or something that someone says to me, or like even I will see a billboard or a sign on a truck that is like so clear and exactly what it is that I was asking for. So don't be surprised where your answers will come from, but just trust that they will come. So this is a really exciting theme season to be going through. And so I chose a list of recommended reading that I felt best represented the theme of being guided by the universe. And of course, you are not limited to only these books. I am simply recommending these books if you maybe have never come across these type of books before and you're really new to the whole reading thing. This is just to make life a bit easier for you. But if you are very much into books and you probably have a whole stack of books on this theme at home, by all means, pick your own book. You can pick something that you have at home or maybe go to your local library. There are absolutely no limitations to how you pick your book and where you get your book from. And even if you decide to share a book with someone that you're going on this journey with, however you feel guided to do it is the way that you're meant to do it. So, the list of books that I would like to share with you, there are 3 of them. The first one is called Guided: The Secret Path to an Illuminated Life by Lynne Jackson. The second book is called Signs: The Secret Language of the Universe, also by Lynne Jackson. And the third book is called The Awakened Way: Making the Shift to a Divinely Guided Life by Suzanne Giesemann. Now, these books are all so beautiful. I have not personally read them. I'm super excited to get into the one that I've chosen, but I have seen like glimpses of what the books are about. I have seen content being shared on social media, and the book that I've chosen for myself, the author was actually interviewed by Oprah Winfrey on the Oprah podcast just this last month. So the book that I am going to be reading for this season is Guided: The Secret Path to an Illuminated Life by Lynne Jackson. And I can't say other than the fact that this book is so beautiful. The cover is so beautiful. I don't know what else drew me to this book. I know that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but I kind of did. It is so stunning. I swear it was the artwork. It's like this forest with these spirit animals, these colorful animals that you can see either easily or you kind of have to look a bit deeper to see them hidden in there. And that path in the middle of the cover, it's so mystical and fun, and it just lit something up in me when I saw that cover. And it was released quite recently. I believe it was released on the 11th of November 2025, 11/11. Of course, like that was no coincidence. And how I found this book is I was just searching online books that have the theme of being guided by the universe. And that book came up at the very top of my search. And I was immediately drawn to it. And at the time when I was looking, the book had not been released as yet. So I have been waiting in anticipation to get a hold of this book. I actually have the book on order and it is arriving this week. So, I cannot wait to hold it and smell it, the smell of a new book. I'm so excited. And I will be sharing more about my journey with the book during the season running from January to March. So I'm not going to get into it right now. I am sharing this message with you and the theme, the upcoming theme, a bit early so that you've got some time to think about what does this message mean for you? Which book do you want to read? Maybe you want to take a look at the list of books that I have recommended, or maybe you have got your own books that you would like to finally read. If you're like me and you love books, you will buy the books just because they look so stunning to be on your bookshelf, but you don't ever get to actually read them. Maybe you have a ton of books that are closely aligned with the theme of being guided by the universe, so you can just grab whatever you have, and we will be getting started with that in the new year. I'm very excited for that. So I also thought that it would be nice to do a mini reading, a mini card and astro dice reading for this theme, just to get a little bit more guidance on what it is that we are being divinely guided towards. So we've got the theme. We are being divinely guided by the universe, which is wonderful. Thank you, universe. But what more does the universe want us to know about this? I'm going to do a very light reading. I'm going to pull just one card. Well, at least that is my intention. If more than one comes out, I will gladly accept it. And I will roll some astro dice as well to get a bit more insight into what message is coming through. So the deck that I am using for this reading is The Secret Language of Light. And the astro dice, I don't think it's branded. It's just like your regular astro dice. Okay, so let's pull our card. How are we being divinely guided during this season? How are we being divinely guided during this season? These cards are really big, so it is a little bit difficult to shuffle. Usually I would spread them out on the table and like just pick the one that I feel drawn to, but I don't really have much space on the desk that I'm working on right now. So, ooh, it fell on the floor. It's a big one. Let me get it. Oh my gosh. We've got the number 44 on the card, which is divinely guided by angels. That's just the angel number for angels. And the word on the card is expansion. And I'm just going to roll the astro dice as well to get a bit more of an in-depth reading. We have another one on the floor. I need to like maneuver carefully so that I do not disrupt it. I need to find it exactly as it is. Okay. All right, so our astro dice, we have got number 5. So that is representing 5th house, creativity, creations, bringing something to life. The zodiac sign that we have is Taurus. So that is steadily building towards something that is both grounding, and I'm also getting beautiful for you. Whatever beauty means and looks like to you. Steadily building towards that. And the planet that we have is Saturn. So that is going through a phase of learning and structure and responsibility, but not in a heavy sense. So it's almost like learning new ways of doing things. It's finding a new way to build, to to build in a way that feels grounded and beautiful, and putting practices in place that support what it is that you're visualizing, how you want to feel, what you want to bring into this world. And the card expansion. Oh, and it's purple, so that's giving me your crown chakra, opening yourself up to the divine guidance that is here for you. The message here is being expanded into a new way of creating. So we've got fifth house, which is creativity, birthing new things, new beings. If you are wanting to bring a child into this world, if you are actually about to bring a child into this world, this could also be a message for you. But you're being called to create in a more expansive way, in a way that truly makes you feel alive and joyful and at peace with yourself. So not just doing and creating because it's what society expects, it's what life expects. It's creating from a higher level of knowing, a higher level of wisdom, that you are here for a reason. You've been placed on this earth at this time for a reason. And so the joy of being here is that you get to create towards this reason, towards your soul's purpose. It gets to be immaculate. It gets to be extraordinary. You get to be an expansive creator, designing life as you dream it to be, as you wish it to be. So that is the theme from January to March, being divinely guided by the universe. We're being encouraged to really let ourselves run wild with our creations, whatever that looks like for you. Whether you're creating something physical like a project or a person or an artwork, a piece of art, or maybe it's something more that you feel like how you spend your time creating life, designing your days in a way that feels so nourishing and nurturing to your mind and to your body. You're being divinely guided and supported to be so expansive in how you create moving forward. So that is a pretty awesome and beautiful message. If any of this resonates with you, I would love to hear from you. If I think about what this means for me, how I am being guided to be more expansive in how I create, I can talk about the content that I share on social media. So for the last few months, I was actually very much fixated on Instagram, mostly because it was the easiest platform for me, because I knew how to design pictures and short form reels. Maybe reels were a little bit more challenging, but just designing posts and pictures and graphic design, that came so easily to me, right? And it absolutely did serve me for a period of time. I would say for a good year. It was really good for me because I had never put myself out there in that way before. And so I'm so grateful to have pushed myself to share myself in that way. But what ended up happening this year, quite recently, is that I started feeling like inadequate, like incomplete. I can't think of the right word right now, but I just did not feel right sharing my content on Instagram anymore. It wasn't feeling good. And I think that it actually had a lot to do with how I was interacting with the platform and allowing myself to be like stressed out and anxious just because of what I was seeing, and also feeling really disconnected from people. I did talk about this on my personal account. I did talk about my reason for dropping off Instagram recently. But what I decided to make of that, so it was really uncomfortable. Like, I would find myself feeling frustrated as I was creating content, and then I would be even more frustrated when I share it on Instagram. And like, I let it continue for so long, for like several months, just because I never stopped to question, why am I feeling so frustrated? And the truth is that I was now ready to move on to a different format. I was ready to expand. Like, that's where the card expansion has come in. I was ready to expand, to share myself in a different way, in a way that feels less stressful for me. So it's kind of like polarity, because being on video and speaking has actually been a very stressful thing for me throughout my entire life. A few years ago, I would never, ever have done this. Like, it would have just been a heck no. But today, I am here because I know that my soul wants me to be here, because there is a role that my soul wants to fulfill for itself and for everyone else that it gets to connect with you, being able to connect with you. My soul wanted this. And so, as much as it is a challenge for me to speak and to be on camera, and to also accept that there are going to be some cringy moments, there are going to be times where I don't like the way that I sound, or I may just not sound that smart, or whatever smart is meant to sound like. Or sometimes I even get emotional, because I can't control when my emotions are going to come up. And I'm not one of those people who can like just box it and psh, put it into a corner that I never access. I am not one of those people. So if in the moment I get emotional, it is going to show up. And I have actually trained myself through mindfulness to be welcoming and accepting of it. And so, although it is very liberating to just share myself authentically, it also comes with the cringe, because I am not as polished as I want to be. I look at other people in the industry that have been doing this for probably a decade, so absolutely should not be comparing them, but like, that's what us humans do. It is very challenging and scary for me to put myself here when I know that the quality is so far from what I want it to be, but I know that I'm meant to be here as I am. So even if the quality is not that great, even if like I get dislikes on the video, the fact is I am showing up and I'm here to expand, because there is something that my soul wants me to experience through going through this experience. I actually don't know what it is completely. I do know that communication is something that I am here to expand in throughout my lifetime. And so being able to speak, whether the execution is glorified or not, the fact is practicing imperfectly is still good enough, because that is how you will eventually get to whatever perfection looks like. And so I know that this has like absolutely nothing to do with the book club, and it's a very much a behind the scenes look of my life and very personal, but that is how I'm taking the message of how I'm being divinely guided through expansion and through creativity, building my life in a way that feels good for me, and putting in the practices and the routines that I know that I need to build more confidence in what I do. So like this channel is one of them. I have my personal channel where I'm also sharing more card readings and just personal reflections. But I'm basically giving myself that opportunity to practice speaking. And I am not editing myself, not much at least, unless I make a terrible boo boo. And most of the time, I actually leave the mistakes in because this is part of me just bringing in more patience and understanding and acceptance of myself. And so I am starting with that like right now. This is me doing it. I am absolutely wanting to continue doing this as we move through next year's season of being guided by the universe. And who knows where this will lead? Maybe my ability to speak will be preparing me for an opportunity that is waiting for me next year. Who knows? If that happens, I'll let you know. But that's just me pointing out that whatever it is that we're being guided to do, it doesn't always have to make sense. We don't always have to know why we're being guided to do something, but you just trust the nudges, follow the inner call, do what you can, do it cringe, do it messy, do it unfiltered, but just do it. Because as you do it, as you practice, you prove to yourself that you can do it. And you get better and better with time. And that is what expansion is all about, isn't it? So I hope that something from this resonates for you. If it did, do leave a comment if you feel called. I'd love to hear from you. I'm sure others that have been guided to this book club would also love to hear from you and connect with you. So I will see you in the chat, perhaps, and then I will also see you in the upcoming videos. We are going to be sharing a little bit more of the current season that we're in, which is our launch season. So not an official season, but we're just reading whatever it is that we happen to have with us at this time. So I'll see you in the videos to come. And have an amazing festive season as well. We are nearing the end of the year, and whether you celebrate the official holidays or not, it's just a magical time of the year for everyone. Have an amazing time. Have an amazing time reading your books or book. If you're like me, you'll be reading multiple books at once. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.